Greetings and welcome to my dear Leo. This is the final eclipse in terms of the sun's energy that we are dealing here for the month of October. We're dealing with Leo's energy, the fifth house, okay? So please take only what you will. We'll go ahead and get started with a reading. Tarot of the Twin Sun is a functional division within the Order of the Twin Sun. Please take only what you will. And you may find that some of this resonates, some of it does not. Take what you will and keep it in order to help you approach life's obstacles when it comes to you dealing with especially a particular other or not. We'll go ahead and begin now with a small reading. Okay. You are at a crossroads. Okay, at least the energy of of uh, of of Leo is looking to the seventh house. Okay, in there is a very fixed stationary way of doing things. Um, you are seeking justice. You are seeking truth. But there are two types of truths, and once this happens, then there's an element of stasis that occurs for the energy of Leo. There are two things here. One, dealing with the mind, the other dealing with realities, especially realities that there was a great deal of expectation with another person or another thing, and you're trying to find some sort of retribution to move out of that, to find a sense of balance, or to potentially work harder on your path, especially your path, your realistic path. There's also a way of thinking here that is becoming extremely paralyzing and to the point of numbness. Ways of thinking, overthinking, as opposed to being rooted on the ground. Okay, your job is essentially it involves a sense of placing your focus on certain ways and doings, certain means, and trying to find a certain reality to commit to. Okay, you are becoming a student of your reality in a singular way. This has to do with rooting, grounding, finding a way to connect to the earth as opposed to the sky. Okay. There is a type of rite of passage here that has to do with lessons learned with another person, maybe even two. And from this, there is a great deal of either numbness or pain that can be learned as a type of rite of passage. Okay, this is leading to some very interesting developments in terms of gateways. You're being watched over by uh, Lady Truth. Okay, and Lady Truth is there, going to impart to you a type of truth, give you a sense of purpose. Okay, and this is a good thing. Now we'll go ahead and begin with a 9-card spread known as the Great Mirror. The Great Mirror is a tool devised by the Order of the Twin Sun in order to see apparent karmas that exist for Leo, or the 5th house, or the 11th house, and essentially finding in the 11th house the other. Okay, what is going on between the energy of Leo, the Sun, and the other. Okay. Okay. It could be that you have found a sense of new purpose or new design when it comes to uh, the Ten of Pentacles in the reverse. It means that you have gladly left something on the mind, especially. You've exited. a type of reality, okay? Trying to find new ground or a firm new beginning in some sort of way. You're dealing here with the Seven of Pentacles, showed up earlier in the pre-read. So double confirmation for an element of inquietude, something shouting out in terms of Saturn's energy, compression, and someone is very angsty in that respect. But the difference here is the Three of Pentacles in the reverse, okay? Disorder, it exists in this type of connection, okay? It's kind of difficult. This person wants to take on burdens. They want to find a way to reunite after messing up somehow. There also is a possibility that if this is a new person, they deal with a lot in terms of their past. And this brings about the Three of Pentacles in the reverse for both of you, meaning that order has fallen out. There's a need to find order and to find a sense of something. But both of you share this element of like feeling you've lost something or lost God or something. A bit melodramatic. Doesn't have to be that way. There also is a sense of disunion, an inability to find an ideal path and walk that together. There also is this flighty energy that I see. I think you can pull from this and teach this person a lesson. Whatever that is, I think that's what you want to do in true fashion, to become a leader of some sort. At the same time, by doing this, you're giving them a sense of that they need to move on or something like this. There also is a possibility here of the Nine of Rods. Yeah, a great lesson. This represents they learn from you a great lesson, or you are a teacher in some sort of respect, someone who has been through the paths of idealism and are now coming into very harsh realities at the same time. You take something from this. You take something from this and this becomes a burden from them, or you also possibly you take it away and this gives them a sense of what they've been trying to learn from you. It's very karmic, this type of situation. I'd hate to say that, but at the same time, karma is not very much a bad thing in this respect. There is a sense of perspective, okay, that you perhaps need to change, that perhaps your perspective on this needs to stay fixed or change. There's something about the changing of the world around you, the way the world is changing, and this is helping you to understand how to become more firm or fixed in your positions, okay? How to become a lion or a lioness, okay? But I think overall, you're giving a sense of reality. You're serving reality in some sense of the word. You're serving the world, something like this. That also could be your obstacle. There also is something here about someone who is constantly oscillating in the way they move about in their mind, especially when it comes to appearing as a victim, someone who has lost something, someone who's carrying way too much. There also is a possibility here of, of something that was said or done that led to a great nullification, a great separation. What exists in the most interesting card here, I would say, is the moon, okay? And this is the third house energy, the two pillars indicating Gemini's energy, but also Pisces energy, okay? Now, this is very much about emotional intelligence, okay? About creating emotional intelligence for two different people to speak the same language, okay? This is the type of connection that evolves out of this. But you have to be a leader. There's something about you that also has to bring down your boundaries. You are very much fixed on finding something stable, and that's a good thing. I would recommend staying on that path. There also is a possibility here that there needs to be a way of changing minds in order to find your joy, to find your bliss. Okay, that is the advice, at least. Find your joy, find your bliss by shifting perspectives, by following the natural order of Rahu and Ketu, of the North Node and South Node, finding that, and that would be your moral compass or your ethical or your strength. Okay, your ethical compass or your strength. Yeah, that's what I see for the energy of Leo. I do thank you for your continued support of the channel. Please take care now. Bye. This has to do with counting on various differences and um, coming up with truths according to what is being balanced here, okay? So far, I'm seeing that there is a corrosive quality to this connection. There's some sort of incident coming, and there's a need to count on each other in a way. There's always been this need to count on each other, okay, to balance out or to imbalance, if you will, to to give and take in a certain way that takes the delay of time, okay, that is very very hard to balance out, okay, because often there is a type of desire that emerges out of fire and a need for you to sort of get out of very dark patches um, when it comes to sort of trying to equalize, especially what is what can be made to be an offer. Okay, there is a challenge here of you not uh, not not being understood, mostly being unorthodox in a certain way in true Aquarian fashion, being very distant, but then they are also very very guilty of the same thing. I see here a lot of Leo energy as well. Um, yeah, Leo, some of Jupiter, Sagittarius, Aries, possibly, Libra, another Aquarius, possibly. Anyways, there's something here about a type of departure, union, disunion, and then you being painted as someone who cannot be understood in terms of the emotional complexities if they happen. There usually is a type of dark emotional undertone that comes from the deeper aspect of you that cannot be understood by them. There also is a fire that is really there's a desire here, very deeply entrenched in the Two of Cups in the reverse from them, making it very difficult to actually um, to make that sort of bridge work. Um, the difference is one horse as well. So mobility is being one of them, and this sort of dark aura that you give off, because you have the magician, the dark magician there in the reverse. Fairly interesting. I find it very, very interesting. But I cannot go any deeper without any context. In terms of advice, yeah, the Fool, I told you. So I kept harping on about the Fool earlier. It's the first card in null, 0, before the 1, which is the Magician card. The Fool in the reverse. There's something about you that cannot make this new beginning, whatever that means. This has to do with what? What is the Fool looking at? This has to do with making a type of contact or communication, even thinking about another person, especially after some sort of collapse when it comes to manipulation, when it comes to something that was done in an emotional way to produce a type of effect. Okay, um, yeah, fairly interesting, fairly interesting. You are dealing here with someone I think that is extremely philosophic, like a Sagittarius, ninth housey. They are extremely. You guys mirror each other in terms that both of you are exploring various things, various options right now. That's what I see. Sorry for the cutoff. Hopefully, I could patch that up and whatnot. And yeah, take care now. Bye bye.